breaking down one of the most chaotic, exhilarating, and, honestly, just unbelievable matches from the 2026 World Cup. Set in Kansas City, the final fixture of Group J featuring Austria and Algeria delivered a spectacle that completely defied expectations. What started as a tense group stage finale erupted into an absolute roller coaster of emotions.
Okay, let's dive right into this. When the commentators are literally losing their minds on the broadcast, shouting that they've just witnessed one of the best games of football I've ever seen in my life, you know you're looking at something truly special. The sheer disbelief echoing through the stadium by the final whistle wasn't just hype. It was really the only natural reaction to an unprecedented 90 minutes of football. So, what does this all mean? How exactly does a pretty standard group stage finale morph into a 6-goal thriller? Well, the narrative arc of this match is absolutely fascinating. You have two teams stepping onto the pitch with absolutely everything on the line, triggering a relentless pendulum swing of momentum. To really understand why this match exploded the way it did, we first have to look at the incredibly unique mathematical pressure both teams were under before a single ball was even kicked.
Section 1. The Group J Dilemma and a unique World Cup scenario. So the crucial point is, this was a highly unique setup that basically forced both teams into a massive, high-stakes game of prisoner's dilemma. If the match ends in a draw, both Austria and Algeria safely advance to the round of 32, which sends Iran packing. But if either team pushes for a win and succeeds, the loser is immediately eliminated from the World Cup. It was a sudden death scenario masquerading as a safety net. You'd think both teams would just conservatively pass the ball around and take the mutually beneficial draw, right? Well, they had other plans.
Section 2. First half trading blows and refusing to settle. Right off the bat, in the first half, it became immediately obvious that neither side was going to just settle for a cautious draw. Despite the safety of a potential tie, Austria drew first blood to make it 1-0. It came courtesy of a perfectly weighted ball over the top to Arnautovic. Utilizing every single bit of his 37 years of experience, the all-time leading scorer made a brilliant run across the line. With a cheeky little touch, whether he fully meant it or not, honestly, he found the back of the net. And just like that, Austria took the vital advantage.
But Algeria absolutely refused to go into the locker room quietly. Right before halftime, Belgali produced a moment of sheer magic. The play is kept alive in the corner by Riyad Mahrez, and the ball falls to Belgali. There are literally bodies dropping everywhere in front of him. Total chaos in the box, yet he keeps his ultimate calm. He uses a bit of skill and just rifles it past the Austrian goalkeeper Schlage straight into the top corner. Schlage got nowhere near it. It was Belgali's second international goal, and it instantly leveled the knockout dreams for Algeria.
Section 3. A second-half shootout where the chaos continues.
Now, if you thought the first half was traumatic, the second half, it turned into an absolute shootout. With the score tied, both teams were technically advancing, but the desire to secure a definitive victory pushed the match into pure chaos. Early in the second half, Austria took the lead once again, making it 2-1. This was a completely critical turning point, because suddenly Algeria was pushed right back onto the very brink of elimination. One mistake, one failure to respond, and their World Cup was officially over.
Zitzer, a howitzer! The goal itself was an absolute masterpiece. Leimer squares the ball to the top of the penalty area, and there is Marcel Sabitzer. He arrives on the edge of the box completely unmarked. From about 18 yards out, he precisely strokes the ball home. That marked his 4th goal in his last 6 appearances. It was a massive tactical blunder for the Algerian defense to leave him that open, and man, he made them pay beautifully.
Yet, just like we saw in the first half, Algeria's response was blistering. They flat out refused to be knocked out of this tournament. Recognizing that dropping too deep and inviting Austrian pressure was a super dangerous game, Algeria pushed forward and struck back to make it 2-2.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what Algeria is capable of. This goal was a masterclass in tactical awareness and sheer technical ability. Aouar makes an incredible run. He literally leaves 2 Austrian defenders completely in his wake. He delivers an excellent cutback perfectly onto the favored left foot of his captain, Riyad Mahrez. The Austrian defense is scrambling, they have no idea what to do, and Mahrez is never, ever going to miss from there. The quality of the final ball and the composure of the finish were just elite.
Section 4. Algeria takes the lead, and the ultimate price. For literally a split second, the Austrian defense seemed to completely switch off. They lost track of the lurking danger, and they paid the ultimate price. Against all odds, Algeria took the lead for the first time in the match, making it 3-2. The stadium absolutely erupted.
It was Riyad Mahrez again. Miles onside, he simply glides into the box. Turning back the years, he delivers an incredibly accomplished and graceful finish, and this time with his weaker foot. In this exact moment, the harsh reality set in. Austria, a team that had led this match twice, was now officially knocked out of the World Cup. It was a dramatic, crushing reversal of fortune.
The broadcast captured it perfectly, calling it 139 seconds of Austrian despair. I mean, you really have to put yourself in their shoes for those agonizing 2+ minutes. They were out, it was over, the tournament they had fought so hard for was slipping through their fingers in real time, all because of a momentary lapse in concentration against a world-class attacker.
Section 5. Austria's last-second miracle, a kaleidoscope of opportunity. As the final whistle rapidly approached and time was literally evaporating, the match delivered its final breathtaking twist. Austria was staring right down the barrel of elimination. The burning question hung over the stadium. Could Austria somehow respond with their tournament lives quite literally on the line? They had one final play, a desperation heave to try and salvage their World Cup dreams.
And they actually did it. The service comes swooping across the box, it's snapped back through with a nod down, and there is Kalik. Despite bodies flying everywhere in front of him and being quite a few yards out, he throws himself into a massive collision header, generating incredible power. The Algerian keeper tries as he might, but he cannot get anywhere near it. Kalik powers in the 3-3 equalizer on the absolute last header of the game. Austria and Algeria remarkably managed to net 3 goals each in this incredibly tight, high-stakes environment. That late strike saved Austria's life at the World Cup and completely shattered that brief window of despair.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because it's almost poetic, right? After all that bloodshed, 6 total goals, multiple lead changes, and near elimination for both sides, the 3-3 draw resulted in exactly the mutually beneficial scenario we discussed at the very beginning. Both Austria and Algeria finished level, both advanced to the round of 32, and it was Iran who was ultimately eliminated. The sheer density of action in this match is just staggering to look back on. You've got Arnautovic opening the scoring, then Belgali's brilliant equalizer right before the half, then the second half just explodes. Savitre's precision strike, Mahrez tying it up, Mahrez seemingly winning it, and then Kolik's pulling off a literal miracle in the final seconds. The pendulum swung wildly from start to finish, showcasing the absolute pinnacle of knockout-style intensity right in a group stage setting. Which leaves us with this final thought. In a tournament of champions, where tactical perfection is so often praised, is it the flawless, clinical victories, or is it these deeply flawed, beautifully chaotic 3-3 draws that truly define the beautiful game? It's the unpredictability, the human error, and the unyielding spirit that make us love this sport. Thank you so much for joining this explainer. Keep exploring the tactical nuances, and most importantly, keep enjoying the beautiful, dramatic chaos of the World Cup.